Hiya, thanks for checking out this video about RC Paramotors and the question, is it more fun than flying RC planes? So what are paramotors about? So basically it's a flexible canopy that carries via strings a mount that has your motor, your ESC, your battery, your receiver, just like a plane. So to that end it uses many similar parts, but it differs immensely in the sense that there's no wing, there's no fuselage, the foil is completely flexible. So once it's up in the air, it doesn't mean that it's going to hold its shape without any issues. If a side wind comes along, if a breeze drops, you will find that shape can get distorted and that can lead to a fall out of the sky. You're relying on keeping a tension between the mount, the weight of the mount, and the kite via all of those strings, and predominantly those strings are used obviously to maintain the motor and the battery and everything below it, but also they're used on their extremities for steering left and right. There is a mild braking effect that you can achieve as well with the servo arms, but to achieve changes in altitude, typically you're just varying your motor speed. So what else is different? Well, one of the big pluses of the paramotor is when you're not using it, it is wonderfully compact. That big foil, just because it's flexible, just folds down into a very, very small space. So you're able to store the whole lot in a lovely compact box, as compared to your plane with the big wingspan, taking up a load of space depending on the size. So size for storage is different. More importantly, launching technique is dramatically different, and this is probably where a lot of people falter. It took me many tries to even get close to launching successfully. Unlike your planes, you just point it into the wind, give it a bit of throttle and off you go. With these, they're very different. You're trying to get a loose, pliable foil to form a rigid shape that can support your mount and take it into the air, and there is technique to that. And if you don't get your technique right, you will find you're trying many times, as I did, and when it's not working, the kite will fall to the ground and you'll see it roll over, which means all of those lovely little cords that are attached to the kite get bundled up, and it can take a little bit of time to unwind them. So if you're getting into this and you're at the start and you don't have somebody to help you, you can expect to have many failed launches and many tangled cords. So patience is required. And also another significant factor is you can't fly these in any sort of breeze. You need near zero winds, because that foil just catches the wind and it'll get blown backwards, and no matter how much power you apply, with the pendulum effect, you'll find your mount just tilts up into the sky and the kite gets blown backwards. So having said all of those things that aren't positive, it has to be said that once you know how to launch correctly, once you've figured out a range of different things that matter, then when you get this into the air, it's immense pleasure. It's so rewarding to watch this gracefully floating around the place. It's hard to describe what the difference is. You nearly need to do it, but I spent so many times with failed launches that when it did go up so quickly, it just felt that all of the hassles behind didn't matter. This was fun. It's not like a fixed wing plane. It's not like a helicopter. This is a very gentle thing to have in the air. Sure, you can do your acrobatics. Some people can. I can't. I'm not there yet. But I think it's more about just relaxed flying. It looks great. It's a crowd pleaser. You even with LEDs at night time, it looks extra appealing. It is an absolute bundle of fun. So coming back to the question, is it better than flying RC planes? It's what did they say? Apples and oranges. They're two different things. They're both fun. All I can say is I'm really glad I discovered this. I'm going to keep one of these in my car alongside my favorite plane, whatever that happens to be at the time, because both are loads of fun. All I would say is anybody thinking of making a purchase into Paramotor, try to find as much information as possible. I intend making a video very shortly with as much tips and advice that I can give as a rookie who's learned the hard way the things that can go wrong, you know, landing in a tree, getting your canopy damaged, even how to repair small damages on the delicate fabric. There's a lot of things I learned over a period of time, and I'm more than happy to share that. So keep watching this space, and I hope those of you watching will give this a shout, because I bet you won't regret it. Talk to you soon. All the best.